Well, hello everybody, it's Bella here from Rachel and Bella Crafts. I've just come on to, I'm just going to put my watch on a moment. I've just come on to do the beginning of this series of slow stitching, and I hope you're all well. And I'm back from my break, and I've had a long break actually, but we've been changing my craft room around again. I bought a new cupboard, which I might stick on the end of this video and show you, but I've been playing here, trying to get myself back into the slow stitch mode, and I've started to collage with material like I did with my little book. Let me just get up and get it, excuse me. But I actually did this one, the front of this one, I did actually machine stitch it, if you remember. Okay, so this is what we're aiming for. And we're going to do this, and that's going to be our pattern there. So I'm going to put that up there. And what I'm doing now, the first thing I'm going to do, I've cut out my squares, or my lengths I should say, and that's the pages that's going inside. Okay, so there'll be 4 of those, and these are just some cream material that I've used. They're different sizes, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what size you begin with. So that's, I don't know where that's come from. I must have put it there. I've just been pinning this on so I can stitch it. So if you get your design, remember what I showed you with the sheet. Choose your colours and then measure out your what size book you want. Okay. And then you start to collage. Just think of it as paper, as you would with your paper, and just think of the shapes and how you would like to stitch those shapes, all right? But what I'm going to do first of all, I'm just going to baste, and basting is a term that is used for tailoring, but all you do, you put your needle in and you do very large stitches, okay? And you're just holding the material down. So then what you can do is take your pins out. All right, so I hope I'm on screen. I've got a new phone, by the way, so I hope everything works okay with this. So I thought I'd just try that out as well and see if that works okay. So as we're going down now, we can take the pins out, but you need to hold it down. Now you can either leave this in as part of your design, because it doesn't really show, and if you're putting things over the top of it, it won't matter. All right, and then just keep on basting across, and then you won't have pins sticking in your fingers as you're sewing. You can even go up and down like that. It doesn't really matter. If you want to make a design, that might be easier for you to go up and down like that. That way, and then you can come back down here and go back along the other way. So once we've got this down, then we can start to do our running stitches across the page. You could actually, if you wanted to, just glue these down. Sorry about the noise. I've all decided to come downstairs now and get food by the sound of it. But that's okay. So just have some stitches holding that down, and then you can take the pins out like so. There we are, like that. All right, and then you'll be able to the idea of this then, what I thought would be easier, you could even just do a running stitch across like that if you wanted to save time, because you're only holding it in place. So there's many ways to do it. You can either do it in long strips, small stitches like that, or just go across like this. I'll probably take these out afterwards because they're a bit unsightly. I'm not doing them very well, but it really doesn't matter. All I'm interested in is getting rid of the pins, okay? But if you want to stitch with the pins in, you feel free. I think you'll feel as if you're able to do a lot more stitching if everything is stitched down. I know that Rachel from Roxy Creations, especially her mum, likes to do it this way. and she's an expert, so I think it might be a good idea to follow her example. All right, so that side's all done. So I'm not going to stitch the other side because I don't want to keep you hanging about. And I'm just going to leave that loose. And then I could just pull it out with a knot then, hopefully. That's come off somewhere. That's come off down here. And that was actually tucked under there. And this is another reason why it's a good idea to stitch, because you know everything stays in place. That didn't, and I think that goes underneath there. So that fell out as I was working, you see. So there you go. So I need to put a pin in there, don't I? I must have missed that bit. And I'll put a pin across here to keep it all flat. So there we are. So I just have to be careful now with the pins on that side. So if we work over here now, let me put my needle up there so I know where it is. I've got some pink thread here from, what is this? I think this is just something I bought from my haberdashery. Sukis, oh, I can't even say it. But anyway, you can get lots of, that's the number of this, but I don't know whose. Oh, Duchess, it says Duchess on there, but it's just a cheapy one from my haberdashery 902. But I thought it was a really pretty pink. All right, so that's that. And that's where I'm going to start there. I should have started over there really, shouldn't I? But what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to start my slow stitching. And I'm just going to do some, and this is a nice needle. Find yourself a nice needle that goes through layers easily. All right. And then it doesn't matter how big or how small your stitches will be. It's up to you entirely. And they don't have to be even. But see how easy it is without the pins. Now I can turn it round now. And I can go back down through there. And I might even do a couple of stitches in here as well. As messy as you like. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. You could do cross stitch, straight stitch, back stitch, whatever stitch you've used before, or whatever stitch you'd like to use, that's fine. Now that may be bringing it back through again. No, we're okay. So what I'm going to do here, because I might, and what the other thing, what you could do, especially if you've got a piece of white here, you could always stamp a little flower on there, and then you would be able to embroider the flower. That's what I was going to say. All right. So all you're doing now is making shapes and stitches with your thread. And you can change direction if you want. You could go downwards. You could do rows. If you didn't want to do a stamp on there, just do rows the other way. Use your stitching like you would a paintbrush or your paper. More likely to, if you were using a pencil or a paintbrush. Just think of it like that, because this is your paintbrush, all right? And now you're just painting designs with your needle. But you can see how easy it is without the pins in. And I wanted you to see that to begin with, all right? And this is actually the cover of my book. I meant to say that. And I'll measure it in a moment, and then you can see how big it is. If I can find my... We spent all day yesterday changing things around. I've got a beautiful cupboard with 2 sliding glass doors, white from IKEA. We had a lovely time down in IKEA, but the parcel was so heavy. My husband and I, Chris, we had a job to lift it between us, and my big strapping grandson came straight out to the car, carried it in as sweet as a nut. Very strong boy. So I was grateful for that. And then they both put it together for me then. So they worked like slaves yesterday. Now that's not straight, but am I bothered? No. Because the messier the better. This is slow stitching. This is not embroidery. All right, this is meant to be enjoyable and relaxing. So I'll just finish that down there then. Let's take a look. So that's that one done. And these will be coming out. So if I want to stamp it, I will stamp it probably after I've taken the basting out, okay? So where are we? I'll finish that off there. Now we can use different colour threads, and I think that would be rather nice. Says she, and she hasn't got any out yet ready. I had to be in the mood to do this because I've been, when you're shopping and you've been buying nice things and moving your craft room around, it's a totally different headspace, isn't it? I don't want that interfered with because I want to be able to pull that out. So I rethread this now. Perhaps we'll look and see if we can do some more pink, and then I'll find some more colours in my cupboard and I'll show you my tin. Right, where are we to now? So what if we go down here on this blue, because, and I'm going to do some cross stitches here. And it's not meant to be like glue where all the corners are sort of down, you know, here. It doesn't matter, the messier the better. That's what I'm trying to say. I know this will be a bit more difficult if you're not used to it with the basting in, because you've got to see which ones your stitches are, you see. But because I've chosen pink, I'm all right. I think I am anyway. But it's much more easy to manage than having pins sticking in your hand all the time. It's worth that extra step just to have the freedom of not sticking anything in your hand. I'm repeating myself now, sorry. But it does make a difference. So I'm doing some cross stitches across here, and they'll look much nicer when all the basting is out, I can assure you. And we can do rows of that. And I'm going to use lace as well. I haven't sorted that out yet, so I just wanted to make a start on this. So what I want you to do is to go off and find your materials and use this as your page, and then imagine that's a piece of paper, that material, okay? And then you put everything down as in a collage, as I've said. Then you baste it. And then you can do your little stitches of whatever kind of stitches you want. You can either do just straight stitches all the way across. I may have done some of that in here. Maybe not. I think it's in my other book. That's very large seed stitches there. But this is a good example, actually. Oh, that's my other piece. But I haven't done, there is a word for it where you just go across and keep doing that feels lovely when you've done that. No, I haven't done it in this one, but we're going to practice with this one for now, and then we'll move on to something a bit more elaborate later on. So we're just getting this down now, and we're just doing the basics for those of you that have never done any of this before. Okay. All right, just put that one in there. As I say, go and collect your supplies. See how far you can get now. And then I'll carry on doing this. And I shall stop the camera now. And I'll carry on and I'll do another row down there. And I shall find my laces as well. All right? And now you're beginning to see how the slow stitch is progressing. All right? And I'll find my other colours as well. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back, and I've basted this side so that I can now grip it, and it starts to feel quite nice actually. And I've just put some of this lace down the front. All right, so I'm just starting to add layers as I go. There's no point in me stitching underneath there is no need because I'm just going round like this on this part. I'm hoping you can see okay. See, that's the thing with pins, you've got to keep doing this. Whereas I've just managed to stitch all of this without catching it on anything. I think I'll take that away now. So the basting is doing its job. I'm like a dripping tap saying that, aren't I? Never mind, sorry. But it's good to remind yourself of these things. So I've done some stitching here with this pink, with this lovely pink. I don't know what it's called, but I've got some more in here. These are just cheap ones I bought from my haberdashery shop. I don't want anything expensive because I'm not doing embroidery, I'm just doing slow stitching. So now what I think I'll do, I'll just go round and I'll show you why in a moment. I'm just going to go round in a square just to hold it on, and I'm going to put the bird in there like that. Okay, so bear with me as I go around and stitch this. This is very, very restful. If you've never done this before, I do challenge you to have a go at this, because I'm doing 2, by the way, because I'm going on holiday next week, a week tomorrow, and I want another book to be stitching whilst I'm away, because who knows, I might get this one finished, but I doubt it. But so I'm going to do some slow stitching. I'm not taking any crafting materials. I'm just taking my slow stitching on holiday because it's a lovely thing to do. And I'm also going to find my paints. I've been sorting out my paints. The only thing I haven't found so far are my my gold paints, you know, those metallic ones I've got. And I can't think for the life of me where I put them. I've got a vague idea where they may be, but I must find those and start sorting out my stuff now to take away with me. So I'm glad I've started this. So you've done me a favour asking for this, Sharon. I hope this is helpful, but I'm sure you've exceeded this by now, because I know you're going great guns and you're turning out some beautiful work already. So I think you were just coping very well on your own style. And everybody's got a different style. So what one person might do, another person might do it differently. And that's the nice thing about slow stitching. Just hope I'm in screen. All right, so that's that. So I've stitched that on there now. So that's going to be on there like that. And I think that one's going on there. I might even overlap it like that. So I'll need to stitch around there and get that stitched on. I may go on the sewing machine and make sure that stays on. Just go around there. I'll see. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do about that. So that's as far as I've got with that. Now, I'm not going to make these long videos. I'm just going to make them 20 minutes to 25 minutes long. All right, and then you can go back and see what I've done more easily. So I'm adding more bits on there. So as I say, that's going on that one. Now, was it this one or was it that one? Doesn't really matter, does it? Because there's a bit of pink on his breast then, on his tail, whereas this is blue. I'm wondering, no, I think that was up there. Yeah, that one was up there. That was down here. So that's fine. So all I've got to do now is some stitching here, here, and here, and down there. And then I'll attach this. So I may do a little bit of pink in here now. That would be pretty much the same. I'm just trying to think. I've got this green here, but it's a bit... Might have been all right on there if I hadn't had the blue, but I don't think it goes with either of those, so I'll find a different colour to go there. I'll just carry on working with these colours at the moment, and I shall experiment when I find my my other flosses. I think I'm just going to go round in a square with this one, I think, in case I want to put a word on or something. So all I'm doing is just attaching it now. As I say, the basting will come out, probably. You never know, I might like the basting staying in, so just depends. Just depends how you see it, how you feel it. But it's starting to feel nice already. So there we go. I'm just going to go around there like that. Down the side. If you can't get it through, put it on your mat. I haven't got my sewing felt square out, have I? I should have got that out. I'll do that next time. I was eager to get started because if I put it off and put it off, I'll never get going. So I'm glad now that I've got it up and starting the pages. So this will be the cover on both of them. Okay, and then we'll start working on the insides then in the series. So this is the cover. And I'll show you the back. There's the back. But of course we've got these basting stitches in it as well. All right, but these pink ones will stay in. They're going to stay there. Now I want that to go under there, so and what is nice, see this bit down here, you could do some nice cross stitch on there. That's why I like using these. These are the salvage edges that I was telling you about. Don't throw those away. They're very, very useful and they look fabulous on any slow stitching. Saves you having to stamp anything, doesn't it? So there we go. So that's that one done. Doesn't take long. It just depends how much stitching you want to do. It's entirely up to you. It's your book. Do as much or as little as you like. Okay, so that's that. I've got some buttons here that Rachel gave me. I've also got a big jar of the same. Sorry about the noise. So I've got those. I've got other buttons that I bought recently. But I think we'll use these, seeing as how she's given them to us. Which end did she seal down? Not sure what she's done there. It's a pity to waste that. Was that a sticker? I'm just going to go like that. There we go. So I haven't lost the... So there's some lovely buttons there for us to play with. It's a nice one. And you could even put some... I would put smaller ones. You don't want anything too big because it's not really big, is it? So they'd be nice on there. Stick into the sticky. There we are. Put that over there. So we could put that on there, look. And then he's going to go on here. And I think that would be enough on there. I'm just going to do some cross stitches down there with some... I may as well stitch these buttons on now because I think I'm going to go with it because I've actually left that in there. Look, so think as you go along what you can add while your needle's in, but I will finish it off just in case something happened and the button came off or something. But because we'll be covering this up, it doesn't matter if I go like that. So I'm going to put, let me see where I'm going to put it first. Here. So I'm going to put one there. Try and get it straight if I can. I like them to be straight. But it doesn't matter. They don't have to be straight. You can make them wonky if you want. Okay. There we are. Because there's 3 strands in there, I don't need to do any more than that. But I will finish that off. Because if one button comes off, the other one will come off otherwise. So then I'm going to go down here. I'm not going to pull it too hard. Okay. Find where the button. It's very simple, isn't it? But look how effective that is. So we've built that up already. With just some scraps It's another way of using your scraps up. As you do with your paper scraps, you do the same with your slow stitching. Use all the scraps you can find. Okay, so how is that? Is that sweet? Lovely, as G would say. I've been watching her Friday freebies with Andy. I'm not quite sure who Andy is. If you know, let me know. But he makes some beautiful free digis for people on her Ko-fi page. And she's doing a lovely job with them. So it's like a surprise, and she opens it up and then she just makes something just like that. I mean, I don't know whether I could do that. I'm going to do some stitching down here now. Very talented lady, G Kerr. All our ladies are talented, aren't they? Let's be fair. They wouldn't be doing YouTube channels otherwise, would they? My Rachel has been organising the November retreat, by the way. So some of you girls came on the last retreat, and I believe you all thoroughly enjoyed it. It'll be quite different next time because we're going to be in a hotel rather than on the farm. And we say farm, it's not a farm. It couldn't be further than the truth. It was a farm, but it's not a farm. It's a beautifully restored buildings, barns and cottages, and it's very, very elegant, the one we've just been on. But the one we're going in is the Parkway in November, as I say, and it's on Rachel Bella Crafts page. Rachel's been telling us all about it, and it'll also be on Facebook on Junk Journal Trading Post. If you type in retreat, then you will find it, I'm sure. But if you go on to Rachel's YouTube, you can't miss it because she'll be telling us all about it now in the next coming weeks. I'm quite excited about that because the funny thing is I live literally around the corner from the Parkway Hotel. So I'm not going to be travelling very far. And we are going to stay over, I think, my husband and I, because it'll be a nice little treat for us. So we'll see. Now, what I thought we could put in here would be like a little flower or something. I've got some nice lace like that. I haven't got any of this left, unfortunately. But let's look inside. I mean, there's loads of things you could do. You can put tiniest little bits of material and lace. So we've got lots of things to do on there. But I'm just wondering what to put in the middle of this. This one's a little bit bigger than that one. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. You can make it whatever size you want. Just happened to be that I cut them up this size for the retreat. There we go. I'll finish that one off later. So there we are. So there, I don't want to put buttons on there because it's on the back. I'm trying to think. I've moved everything off my desk, I have. Let's have a look in these. Excuse me a moment. I've tidied up because I've got this new cupboard. I've been tidying up. Anything there that could go in there? It's a bit straight, isn't it? I wanted something more round. And oh, there's a lovely little bit of oh, we got lots of goodies here, haven't we? You could see, just find your bits and you could start layering them up, and you'll soon be away as soon as you've started. And the other thing is, when you get these joins, and if you don't like them sticking up, put some lace across it like that. I mean, they're not lining up, but you could put some there, or you could put some down there if you wanted to. I could go across there. That would be rather nice there. What else have I got? I've got some embroidery anglaise there. And that could either go down here, but I think I prefer that colour actually because I've got pink by there, so we'll see about that. We'll think about that one. But that did look rather nice on there, didn't it? Sorry?
Khakis.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You like being on my videos, don't you?
Yeah.
I know. That was Chris, by the way. He's making a habit of this, isn't he? But there we go. That's on there like that, or like that, whatever. He's interrupted my train of thought now, and he loves doing that. Also got some of this. This is rather lovely. So we could cut some of that off. I don't think I need all that on there. Of course, I would pick up the blunt scissors. It doesn't matter. The jaggedy, the better. You could even put something like that across there. That would be rather nice with some cross stitches. We could have put, see what I mean about the layering? You could just go on and on. That would be nice over the top of that. That would knock that back a bit. In fact, I might do that if I could find a decent pair of scissors. Yes. So I'll put those back in there. And I think I'm going to put that on there. Pin that on there, and I'll put that, do that later. And then something else over the top of that. Now see these little bits here? Hang on to those, don't get rid of them, because they're very useful. And you can always add them like this. Find a little spot that needs something, and there you go. I think that's upside down. No, it isn't. But don't throw those little bits away, because they're very useful. Okay? And I think that would look nice on there. I know I was thinking of putting that on there, but I've got that on there now. I'm just showing you how you can just layer everything up. These are the ones that I've dyed with, I think it was with watercolour I dyed these. We were going to do some of this at the retreat, but we didn't get round to it because Rachel lost a day. But no matter. Something like that. And then if you had a flower or something, which I have got, but I haven't got them on my desk. So I'm going to leave it there for now. We put our buttons on. We've got lots of ideas. And we could even cut out a little circle, one of those. Sorry, the glare. Let me take it out. You could even, you know, whatever you've got, find circles, find shapes. That's a nice little shape there. Cut them out and you can put them on as flowers or something. All right. What was my other one I was looking for? This one. I've got some different things in this one. There's a little flower. I'm not going to use that because that's too proud. Oh, there's one. That's the sort of thing I was looking for. You could put that there and do your stitching across there, and that would be, or whatever you've got, just put it on and place it and see if you like it. All right. But just remember, this is just collaging with thread and material. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall be back again soon with the next lot of slow stitching. So I shall say bye for now and take care. Bye.